Hi there, Libra. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. It is your September reading. It will roughly span the 1st to the 15th of the month, 2017, of course. And let us begin here. I almost said Leo and Sagittarius at the very same time, Libra. Now, as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, there was this feeling, this almost this indecision. Okay, this feeling of is it time to go yet? Is it time? Is it time? And the question of do I start putting on? I'm hearing, do I start putting on my party dress? Something like should I start getting ready for whatever event it is that I feel is approaching, okay? But there's a question of, I feel that there's the knowingness in some kind of way. I'm feeling for some of you, there's this feeling of, okay, I feel that it may happen, whatever this event, and I feel that it may happen. But there's also this, you're leaving it sort of open-ended. There's this not, just right on the edge, okay? Right on the edge of I'm here connecting with it fully and observing it as sort of an event that may happen in time, through time, sort of at a distance. So, and I'm hearing you're keeping an arm's length distance from it in some kind of way. You're not quite sure, but you feel that something may be coming about. You're feeling something, but it's just, there's a question of it. Okay, but Libra, for a number of you, I'm feeling that, okay, while you know that this is coming about in some kind of way, it's a matter of, when do I start preparing for it? Like really start taking it on in a very serious manner. And I was shuffling your cards right before I turned on the camera, and the Ace of Wands it just bent from between these two stacks while I was shuffling, and it was like, don't forget about me kind of feeling. It was a sort of feeling of, right, there's this question of what action am I going to take? What is this action, this stance that I am going to take? Okay, that perhaps for a number of you, in a way, understand that I am to bring this passion forth, okay, and to channel it in a certain way. But the question, okay, is right, not if it's going to happen. It's a matter of maintaining this recognition of the long term. I'm hearing the parcel, okay, of our truth, the parcel of our energetic force. How does that translate into what we do, into what we make of our world? There's this. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing admiration. Okay, this admiration perhaps of your gifts, your talents, your skills that you are to maintain this awareness of, okay, as you move through the process, even if you're not right in this very moment, right, I'm hearing shedding light on them. Okay, utilizing them in a very direct way. There is this this beckoning of you to remember. I'm hearing the call, okay. And I'm hearing, and also the aim. Okay, so to remember the call and sort of right, where that call echoes beyond, right? I'm hearing it's release. So there's something to do about understanding where, it's like, what is calling you? What is calling you from within, right? And where that call takes you, okay, in relation to your environment. But it's a very personal thing, and it requires of you, I'm seeing you, it's like in a quiet space, okay, in a quiet space, really thinking, how is it that I bring this this progress about, okay, this, and I'm seeing that it may be an event that's very, I'm hearing gala for a number of you, okay, and this came through, for Aries, okay, but I am hearing Aquarius as well for you, so there may be some overlap with those signs. I haven't quite done the Aquarius reading yet. I don't know where the overlap may lie, but let us get right into the spread here, okay. Very interesting. You, exactly like Pisces, pulled the High Priestess in the current state, okay, we'll heed that. Absolutely, we'll heed that. But yet again, I almost said Aries, okay. Aquarius, I said Aquarius. Libra, okay. There's this question of what drives us? Okay, what is it that drives us? What is it that gets us excited, that wakes us up in the morning without an alarm clock sort of feeling, right? It's like, what is it that we are so passionate about that other people even recognize about us, right? Like when we're let's say at an event, okay, and we're interacting with people, right? And we just get so lit up about something, right? When we're talking about that one thing, or when we're in that certain moment, and it's something that other people see in you, that other people even may point out, right? Like, you're so excited about this, but look at you, like you're taking the stage with this, right? You're talking about something that's for other people maybe so mundane, but for you, it grasps you on levels that are, incommunicable. Okay, so there's something to do about the lighting up, the fire, the furnace, okay, of I'm hearing truth again, your truth, and the light, the sun is shining, just as we say that. So there's something to do about connecting deeply with what it is that lights you up, Libra. I almost said Sagittarius, okay, so there seems to be some crossover there. But, okay, now, again, right, you're being heated to focus, right, on, it's like, whatever this, passion is that you know lies within you, okay, deeply. It's and I said this earlier, right? It's like, don't forget about me, right? Don't forget about it. Even if you're not capacitating yet, that is the focus. That is absolutely the focus on understanding what it is, why you're even in the situation of thinking about maybe this event taking place. Okay, why do you care about it in a certain way? I'm beckoned to mention that as well. Now, in your theme, you have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, pending action, what is it? But before you take any action, okay, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. Both in reverse. Overlaying the Father of Wands upright. Okay, overlaying Justice upright. Overlaying the Daughter of Wands in reverse. Overlaying the Ten of Wands in reverse. Overlaying the Two of Pentacles in reverse. There are a lot of characters here, and I feel that this may have to do, for a number of you, have to do with family life, different characters involved with whatever this decision is. It's almost like onlookers. They're kind of watching you, okay, and you feel that, okay, you feel the focus, okay, but the focus is not on them. The focus is on you, but not in the way that they see you. The focus is on what you see in yourself, and not when you look in the mirror, but what you feel, right? When you reflect, okay, inwards on who you really are. And it requires of you to take that deep dive, okay, into your being, right? To really, assess and ignite by way of understanding what it is that drives us to create, to take on the role, to see ourselves as the creators of our world. And there is this desire to transform the way that we contribute to our actual, third dimensional sort of engagement in the world and community, especially community, very strong, right? In a decision, you understand that a decision must be made in some capacity, okay? But the internalization that precedes the decision, right, the takeoff, is your focus. Even before you prepare for the takeoff as well, okay? So, let me read the cards off for you, Libra. The World in reverse in your deep past. Strength upright, Leo's card, okay, in your recent past. Ten of Pentacles upright in your environmental position, or not your environmental position, but I mentioned that, so we'll heed that. There may be a connection. It's sitting right next to your environmental position of the Son of Wands upright, which sits right beneath the Ace of Wands, okay, horizontally laid, sort of impending, but also with great focus, right, at the apex of your reading. Now, okay, Ten of Pentacles upright, leading to is the energetic pathway that leads you into your current state, the High Priestess, taking on a very, I'm hearing tough rain. There is this need to hold this perspective, to see things through, okay, in a higher light, in a higher dimension, right? It's like not just about what you're seeing in this third dimension, not just about what you're producing in this third dimension. It's not just about what you feel physically, tangibly, right? The material assets, okay, that sort of give you the sense of self, that you feel, right, you exist in relation to these things in some kind of way, in the third dimension at least, as a human. You're recognizing there's much more beyond that. And it's all held in my perception of it, my acceptance of it, my acceptance of what I see, right, that others may not see. What I see that I don't even see yet. What do I want to see, right? And that's your focus, Libra. That's your focus. And it's this meditative time. It's this very introspective time, right, of connecting. And meditation may be key for you here, okay? And it requires of you, you may have a support system in place, a Leo, okay, a Leo type of figure, one who has a lot of fire in their chart, or specifically a Leo. And you guys have this very strong connection, very, very strong connection. It seems very strong spiritual connection, okay, whereby you understand each other just intuitively, okay? They get you, you get them, and you feel that they, in a way, support your ideals, okay, as far-reaching as they may seem, right? There's an expansive energy to whatever this duo of I'm hearing teams as teams, something about team play, okay, teamwork. Now, the question was, and the question is, remains, what is it the world that we create from here on out? What is this world that we seek to shape by way of our vision, by way of our collective vision? I'm hearing that as well. And it's the readiness to release what has been. Okay, what has been, and it's a sort of ascension in a sort of way, Libra, as I'm feeling it. It's like the physical, material, tangible world, I'm hearing, is long gone, and it's now a process of my making, the world that I step into, the world that I create. Okay, now, the Son of Wands sits in your environment. Okay, yet again, I am feeling that this is your energy right above this Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse is looking back at the High Priestess, looking back at strength. Okay, this is your advice. So, but I'm reading it specifically right beneath the Son of Wands here, right beneath the Ace of Wands. There's so much fire energy here, speaking to manifestation, speaking to the drive, the will, the momentum, okay, that we pay to ourselves, the attention that we pay to ourselves, to our own creative process and our role in it, right, as the sole creator of it, but right at the same time, I'm hearing a team player, Now, you're being beckoned to take your time with this, Libra. I'm beckoned to mention that, right, to you strongly now. There's this beckoning of you to take your time with really getting clear, and I'm getting this referencing of the color purple, okay? And there's a beautiful purple flower that sits outside my window, right on this ledge, and it's, right, purple speaks of that sort of crown chakra, that third eye sort of energy. It's of, right, that water element, and it's very much that which is referenced on the High Priestess card, right? So the High Priestess is the most intuitive card of the deck. Now, you are, right, you're in this moment where I'm hearing you've got nothing to lose in terms of your vision, right? So pay all the attention that you can to that, the conceptualization of what it is that you understand you will be contributing to in the future, that you will be creating. Okay, so meditation, yet again, may be key for you. It may be in this sort of space of silence, okay, of meeting yourself, and or, right, the collaboration with this spiritual connection. It may be a spirit guide as well, right, where you tune in, okay, to your frequency, whatever it is, you feel that it contributes to the growth of your creative vision, your imagination, your dreaming of this world to come now and to create, okay, of course, right? Now, let's move, and I'm, okay, also beckoned to mention this, it is Mercury retrograde until about the 5th of September. However, it is, right, there is a approximately 2-week lag of time after the direct motion of Mercury that actually, right, is called the post-shadow Mercury retrograde period. And it's kind of, right, it's still the energy of Mercury retrograde lingers. So if you're thinking of making a great decision, a very important decision, you may want to wait until about the 19th or so, right? But always, of course, take it as you will, Libra now. But I mentioned Leo as well. And as I say that, my pointer finger on my left hand, there's something almost like a tingling, okay, a tingling there, something about joint ventures, something perhaps, right, contractual for you, okay, as well, that you may, right, want to adhere to the timeline of Mercury retrograde yet again if it's very important. Okay, you have here the 10 of Swords in reverse as well in your energetic pathway that leads you into your final outcome. I pulled 2 cards for you in your sort of energetic pathway, okay, and it sits beneath this selenite wand crystal that is very much of this ethereal, otherworldly sort of energy. I'm getting specifically for you as well kyanite, having to do with, right, the intellectual mind, thinking, thoughts, communication, but also that which is unspoken, right, the connection of our intellectual mind with our intuition. So strengthening that connection as well, I feel that that is the presiding force for you as you release the preconceived notions and ideals of whatever the world was that you participated in the past. The perception factor is very, very, very much a focus for you as you transition into thinking about how I want to create this next world that I am in charge of, that I understand I'm in charge of. It's up to me to create it. Okay, so, but the thought patterns are pivotal. Okay, pivotal. And you understand that it doesn't matter, yet again, there could be so many different opinions, varying viewpoints on how, right, one can create. But ultimately, it's a matter of the emotional stance that I take as the creator of it. What emotionally fulfills me? What gives me this sense of higher sort of connectivity to myself? I'm getting as well for a number of you to my higher self, right? That gives me a sense of completeness, I'm hearing. And not just, right, the completion of things, people, places, situations, projects in a literal physical way, perhaps, for a number of you, or in terms of, right, what makes sense, okay, what's all, I'm getting neat and tidy, but what feels good as well, what feels right, what feels complete, what we feel completes us in a certain kind of way, so to speak, right? So, and I'm getting for a number of you, relationship may be right, in your thoughts here at this time, okay. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, in your near future, right beneath the 10 of Swords in reverse. So, okay, right next to the Chariot in reverse, this is Cancer's card in the Major Arcana deck. Now, you have the Magician right next to the 8 of Pentacles, very interesting. The Chariot has one pentacle, okay, hanging from its neck. Okay, as it charges forward into what looks like the sunset, right? But there's a question of if it's a sunset or a sunrise, right? Right. There's a question of that. But regardless, right? The light, right, that shines is that of the dreaming, okay? Which ironically, right, so to speak, as we may perceive it, happens at night in the dark, right? But whatever this dreaming is, okay, the passion and the power, I'm hearing the power of it, the power of the imagination, of the vision, the envisioning of where you're going. And I'm feeling a connection with the Strength card, with Leo. Moving in tandem in terms of vision, perhaps. And you may be involved with a Cancer and a Leo, okay, as well for a number of you. But, yet again, whoever it is you're involved with, you are the guiding force. There's this central focus on I'm hearing your upholding measures, okay. Now, nonetheless, it's the power of this vision that lights the path forward. That is your guiding force. And I'm hearing for a number of you, it could feel daunting. It could feel right. And hopefully not. Always, hopefully not. But Leo, Libra. Okay, there's a very strong focus between Chariot and Strength. The way we move forward and the sense of also, right, this Strength card maybe pertaining to your very own energy, okay, especially if you've got Leo in your chart, or a lot of fire in your chart, or right, if you don't, but it could speak to another aspect of your being, right? We have every sign in our chart somewhere, so right, wherever that energy lies and in what propensity, right, will be determined based on your own personal chart. But Libra, there's a focus, okay, on what lights our path, okay, what takes us there. When no one is taking us there, when no one's accompanying us, what takes us there, right, within? And I'm getting, before we even feel that we're there, before it all happens, yet again, it's like this feeling of this event that is to take place, right? And it's like the question of, right, is it even an event, right? Well, but there's the feeling that you're moving towards it in some kind of way. But first you've got to move into it internally. Okay, I'm getting that strongly as an internal being, I'm hearing. Okay, now the focus is on that. The focus is on very much the emotional side of this story and intuition also being a driving force through the process. It is a question of what parts I'm hearing of my career, what parts of my third dimension, okay, that I participate in, right? I'm hearing engagement with community for a number of you, contributes, serves this time that I take for myself on my own. And I'm hearing you're laying down the law, you're laying it down. Whatever does not serve you, okay, it's like whatever this closeout was, whatever this readiness was, this realization was of how it is that you want to participate in your physical, tangible, material world, right? I'm hearing what's part of this next cycle, this next chapter, what I'm hearing communicates with you on a very deep level, what aligns with you, what relates to who you really are, comes with. What doesn't, right, is left at the wayside. I'm hearing at the wayside. So there's something about this retraction, understanding what aspects of our material, tangible, physical world, right, we see as contributing to our overall light, our frequency, our excitement, okay? And there's this lightening of the load, Libra, and I haven't said Sagittarius, okay? But there's this lightening of the load and the recognition that it doesn't all have to come with me. It doesn't all have to come with me. And there's a focus on the creative aspect, right, of how this change is capacitated, but in a very, I'm hearing, underground fashion, in an experimental fashion, but in terms of also the conceptualization of that, the internalization of the alternatives that you can take to capacitate this new beginning, right? So it's a very internalized sort of time as I'm getting it for you. And so, all right, now you have here, interesting, two fathers. Father of Pentacles in reverse, Father of Swords upright. You have the Nine of Swords in reverse. You have the Five of Cups in reverse. So interesting. Now you have here a focus on. So this may be pertaining to. I do not feel this is you, Father of Pentacles. This is perhaps someone who has a lot of Earth in their chart. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Or someone who, right, this may be representing a financiary, a financial system, financial body. Okay. Or this could be two individuals, okay? One who has this sort of financial backing, supposedly, this resource, financial resources, okay? And then there's this sort of, I'm hearing front man, back man, front show, front line of the show, back end, something about, right, what we see and what we get, okay? And so there may be an individual who has these two propensities within them, one who has a lot of air in their chart perhaps also, okay? Or one who, or literally actually two people, right? But I'm getting for you, Libra, specifically, for a number of you, that this is something of the past, okay? This is something of the past that may have been related to this, right, this closeout of this old chapter, this old cycle, but in some way it's still here. There's something to perhaps close out about whatever this relationship is, whatever this dynamic is. And it's this question of what you thought was stable, you ended up realizing was not stable in the ways that you needed it to be. Okay, and I'm getting greatly emotional, having to do with the creative legroom. And whatever was unsatisfactory, okay, you're recognizing, I'm hearing what's gone is gone, what's done is done. Why try to, I'm hearing push the cogs in a line, okay, if they don't want to be pushed even, okay, something to do with needing the creative legroom to just do what you need to do. Right? And if others don't necessarily align with that vision, then, right, it's like, what environment do you feel is going to be best conducive to what is just simply right for you, Libra? Okay, and so you've got here, right, this referencing of community, right, this sort of camaraderie, Three of Cups upright, Two of Wands in reverse, beneath the Three of Cups, 2, 3 in sequence. There's this question, there's this underlying feeling, right, there's something about the situation that perhaps doesn't quite sit right. And there may be a connection with the Father of Pentacles. Yet again, this may have been sort of a past, but that you're in some way still associated with. Okay, now, okay, I'm hearing what's the driving force through our relations, through our relationships, what binds us in the way that speaks to all of our sort of collective creativity. There's a question of what to do with these relationships, these partnerships. Yet again, they may have to do with an old financial and or more professional sort of stance or relationship, okay, that you may have taken in the past that was in some way unfruitful, unsatisfactory emotionally, perhaps. Now, you have this Mother of Pentacles in reverse, Mother, Father of Pentacles, a pair. Interesting. And she's right next to the Seven of Pentacles upright, overlaying the Hermit upright, Virgo's card, okay, overlaying the Four of Wands in reverse. Now, okay, these cards, I believe, well, okay, Scorpio got the seven of Pentacles upright. I do believe it was Scorpio who got, yes. Okay, but. Aries pulled the Hermit. Okay, and so there is this focus I'm getting on the past, Libra, and it is Mercury retrograde. Okay, so things from the past come up for review. Things that perhaps were unresolved in some kind of way, energetically, come up for review. And there's a focus again on partnerships, on the role that we played in those partnerships, specifically those professional partnerships. But that also had this sort of side to them that were more just I'm hearing like colloquial, that were just more kind of free-spirited, lighthearted, right, banter. Okay, but that all comes under review. It all comes under review. And there's a question of, how did I make progress in the past? How was, right, the progress that I made in the past, how did that contribute to who I really see myself as? And yes, I consider that, okay, as I close this chapter out, and I'm ready to consider it all, because it was all relevant in a certain way to bring me to the point at which I now am on higher ground in terms of my perspective of it, and therefore, right, where I go from here. So there's a great focus on creation, manifestation for you, Libra. Have a beautiful August and beginning of September. I hope this reading was helpful for you, and I know some of you have been asking if I offer any personal readings, astrology charts, things like that, and I do. I have services on my website, alchemyandyou.com. You can check them out, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me via the website or the email, alchemyandyou@gmail.com. Okay, now I'm also back to mention Libra. Aquarius wants to speak out for you, but also I highly recommend you to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know that I resonate a lot with my moon sign, Sagittarius, even more than my sun sign sometimes, which is Pisces, as most of you guys know probably by now. But nonetheless, if you don't know your signs, Libra, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. Just pay mind to the fact that you may need your exact birth time to configure your ascendant rising sign, okay, because that can change, changes quite rapidly throughout the day, so a few minutes here and there can make a difference. But for your moon sign, if you were not born, okay, on a day where the moon sign was changing, then you most likely can figure that out without a birth time, okay, of exactness. So thank you so much again for tuning in, Libra. Have a beautiful August and beginning of September. I'll see you for your mid-September reading in hopefully about a week or so, okay, a week, 2 weeks. Stay tuned for it. Otherwise, thank you again for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. I am so touched by all of you. Love and light to you all on this exciting journey forward, and I'll see you soon.